So, yeah, the Data Life visual novels, they're pretty cool, but apparently they don't fucking matter because they aren't canon. So I guess I, the least qualified person to answer this question, needs to prove with facts and evidence that these things are in fact canon. So let's start with Rene Utopia, that seems like as good a place to start as any. Rene Utopia is definitely the most likely out of all the visual novels to actually be canon for a number of reasons. Number one is the fact that it doesn't retcon anything. Everything that happens in Rene Utopia is erased from the character's memories, and we know from Shido's Digest, what a weird ass name, that Season 2 happened after Rene Utopia. The second reason is the fact that the Phantom appears in the disguise of Rene in Season 3, and when she touches Shido he says it feels familiar. Now this familiarity could of course be aimed towards Mio, but it could also be aimed towards Rene as well, possibly even both. Rene appearing as a disguise could be a cute reference, but it could also confirm her existence in the main timeline. Note while editing this, I, fact-checked the light novel, and this paragraph here very much implies that Rene Utopia happened, so yeah, take that as you will, I guess. So yeah, so far I don't really get why people don't think the visual novels are oh. It's you. Artisu Install, or as I like to call it, War Crime Simulator, is a dumb, stupid game. Okay, well, maybe that's an over-exaggeration. It's still good, but it has a lot of problems that Rene Utopia didn't have. Obviously, this isn't a review of Artisu Install, so I'm not going to go super deep into my feelings on it, but what we do need to talk about is how it fits into the canon. It doesn't. Well, at the very least, it's harder to fit into it than Rene Utopia, but god damn it, am I gonna try. So, what is the reason that people believe that Artisu Install isn't canon? Well, the events of Artisu Install don't get erased by the ending of the game, and Maria and Shido know who each other are, even though this is contradicted in Season 4 when Shido and Maria supposedly meet for the first time. If Artisu Install isn't canon, this would also render Rio Reincarnation non-canon due to Maria and Marina appearing in that game. So, how am I gonna stubbornly defend this one? Well, Ren Dystopia. Okay, hear me out here. Despite the fact I've never played this game because of insert unfunny joke here, I have evidence to believe that this may make Artisu Install and Rio Reincarnation canon. So, Ren Dystopia takes place after Season 3, right? Which means the Natsumi and Origami arcs happen normally with no Maria included. And we know Ren Dystopia is obviously canon to the visual novels. Of course, if I can actually understand the game, then it would confirm whether or not Shido knows Maria, and obviously this isn't a 100% confirmation and doesn't explain why Shido forgets Maria. I personally believe that Shido forgot her after the events of Rio Reincarnation, however that's not the best theory and doesn't really explain why Shido would forget her. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Until I can play Ren Dystopia, I can't really prove or disprove whether or not any of this information is canon. But what do we learn from all that? Well, canon is stupid. Your ability to enjoy a story shouldn't be connected to whether or not it's connected to a bigger narrative. Rene Utopia and Rio Reincarnation are some of the most beautiful and bittersweet stories I've ever experienced, and people shouldn't just disregard them because they don't really matter that much to the main story. I personally believe these stories are quote-unquote canon, but art is about finding your own meaning and interpretation. But is Mayuri Judgment canon though? The answer is probably, even though it slightly retcons the Encore story about Mana, it doesn't really matter that much, and honestly, it could have just happened anyway. Mayuri Judgment is pretty mediocre anyway, so I don't really I don't think Tachibana actually gives a shit about any of this and just wants to write about hot girls.